Matt Reeves' The Batman is officially out and has been for some weeks now, which means that it is totally fine to talk about spoilers of the film. I thought it would be really fun to take a look at LEGO's accuracy towards these sets that they made, see how well they line up to the scenes of the movie. LEGO usually receives some preliminary images or some brief rundowns during any time of production of the films that they are licensing. Happens anywhere between pre to post-production. Different studios will have different methods of going about this as well. The Angry Birds line looks pretty great and well represents the movie, so they were likely given a lot more to work with there. The Infinity War sets have some interesting different choices that didn't quite match the films, but everything there is covered from early trailers. In-game's wave of sets are infamously misleading and inaccurate, and they're not well appreciated for that exact reason. The Batman received a total of 3 sets with the Motorcycle Pursuit, Batmobile Penguin Chase, and Riddler Face-Off. So starting off with the bikes, which actually probably takes the crown as the most accurate set. Nice job, you guys. The scene featured can be picked as a couple, but there's 2 that stand out specifically to me. Batman and Selina at the end of the film are driving through a cemetery as Selina says her goodbyes and Bats is left to brood. This is an easy pick, but the box art actually suggests that this is a scene earlier on in the film where Batman and Selina have just met for the first time as their alter egos, after he catches her in the midst of a robbery. They then flee the scene together, you guessed it, on their bikes. The pair are regularly shown throughout the film driving their bikes to different crime scenes together, so it could just be a general nod to this. There is no diamond or jewel stolen throughout the film, however, and the bat signal is perched atop of a building, so that's also not involved here in the scene, but the rest is pretty alright. The Batmobile Penguin Chase is also very accurate to the scene. The scene in question is actually the only moment of action that the Batmobile receives all throughout the 3-hour runtime, so it's pretty hard to argue against this one. The set could have been slightly more accurate if the Penguin had his own car to be driving, and it would have made for a much better set as well, but all in all, this is still a very solid Batmobile build.
I got you! I got you!
The Riddler Face-Off is a real fun one because even though this is by far the standout set of the wave, this also never comes close to happening in the film. For starters, the Batcave is never actually featured like this, unfortunately. The really cool underground railway system acts essentially as an entranceway to the actual cave. Bruce's computers are located in their own separate room, which I believe actually adds weight to the play feature of being able to remove the computers so that the Batmobile can be perked up instead. The tool rack seems like a nice fit if you were to display this as a workshop, which again, that's mostly how this operates, and the murder map is also just a fun LEGO place feature, not actually something featured in the movie. Riddler never kills people, leaving a question mark pattern, and his kills are a lot more specific to the plot than a traditional serial killer motives in film as well. Let's talk about these figures in general and their appearances here in the cave. From memory, it's only Batman and Alfred and technically Bruce that ever come here. Riddler only ever has one face-to-face interaction with bats, and it definitely ain't here. And Selina and Gordon never have to race to the rescue to save Batman and Alfred from danger in the Batcave. The film also makes note to point out how cool this Riddler figure is, but it is so much more distracting now because this guy does not have a full head of hair sticking out from the top of his mask, so I really don't know why LEGO decided to include this. He's more accurate without the hairpiece. So that is a quick brief look at the movie to sets accuracy for the Batman. For a recent comic book movie, LEGO actually did a pretty good job with these. It is only 3 sets at the end of the day, but it's still a big improvement over some of those past Marvel sets.